Guys, I am going to answer the final two questions that came in through the Instagram at Zievanesh for the Q&A. And these are special. These are very unique. So here we go. This is from Jim Waldron. And Jim is a certified underground strength coach. Came out to the underground strength coach cert not long ago. I've answered this question as well. Sometimes we just need to hear something more or several times or at the right time for it to sink in. Jim asked, when did you know it was the right time to walk away from the school and venture off into just the outside business? It was never the right time. It was always a little bit scary. It was always a little bit nerve-wracking. It's much more nerve-wracking for somebody who is a family man, who's got, a family versus somebody who's just single. If I was a single guy, I would have been sleeping in my car the first day I sold my $20 ebook. There's a lot more balls and guts that you have when you don't have a family or don't have anybody else to take care of. So it was never the right time, but I was surpassing my income as a teacher. I was surpassing it greatly and on a regular basis through my gym, through all the seminars. But remember, these things didn't happen just because I was a gym owner. It was all these things I did. It was hundreds of things that I was doing to build my business, to grow my business. And it wasn't about the money. It was about my mission to inspire this world, to change the world, to inspire other people to live a strong life. And what hit me the most, and it hits me to this day, which teaches me I am probably unemployable. I don't know about definitely, but probably, was working in the school with the football team, losing 36 football games in a row. And while they were repeatedly losing, I kept telling the athletic director and the department chair to put me in that high school weight room. Let me work with the athletes. Let me train them. And even with those kids losing over and over again, they didn't want to make a change. It pissed me off. And it was almost sad for me to work for a town that was allowing kids to lose like that and not willing to make a change. And that fucking angers me. Fucking pisses me off. And I see this a lot. I see it all the time. The coaches get their paycheck. They think that by doing the same thing, suddenly the team is going to be better. They don't want to even dare to make a change. But if I was in a place that was forward thinking and doing great things and open-minded, then I probably would have stayed. So it wasn't about the money. It was about this, what was in my heart. And it was about denying these kids the opportunity to be great, which really crushed me because I was a believer in schools and the educational system. And then I learned that they weren't about that. And that hurt me pretty bad. And I said, there's no way, ethically, morally, I could handle being in a place like this that's not truly doing everything they can to help these kids. And I see it even to this day when I reach out to schools, reach out to the guidance department, offer to do a strong life program. Send me the students that are at risk, that have problems at home, that may have had problems with drugs. Send them to me. Let me teach them how to train. Let me teach them how to live a strong life. Oh, no. There's all these fucking excuses. And then those kids continue to go on and have problems because they're not willing. They're not even open-minded enough to dare to make a change. There's always an excuse. And that bothers me. That really bothers me. Next question. Last question. From Jonathan David Anderson. Talk to me about letting go of past, and then there's just a line there and it says, fill in the blank with anything that fits. And that's a great question, Jonathan David Anderson. Letting go is one of the most difficult things to learn how to do. And I mention this in my book, The Encyclopedia of Underground Strength and Conditioning. I mention it all the time. The pain of discipline versus the pain of regret. The pain of regret will haunt you for a lifetime. The pain of discipline will go away once you taste that success. And that's the thing. You have to let go of the past because it doesn't exist anymore. You have to find a way to harness the past whatever those mistakes are, whatever emotions are with it, to fuel you for a better today, because the past doesn't exist. Tomorrow doesn't exist yet. We don't know what's going to happen tomorrow. It's only in the now. And when you hold on to shit, it clouds your judgment. It clouds your way of thinking. I spent probably a good close to 3 years holding on to stuff. I mean, I've done it many times before, but as of recent, I made some pretty good changes, some great changes that made me feel great. And I relayed that message to my daughter. I said, your heart has no room for anger or hatred. Don't walk around with that in your heart. Your heart doesn't deserve it. Let it go. And look, sometimes it's tough for me. I'm super passionate. I'm always fired up. So I get pissed off for greatness. I get pissed off at people when they're not living up to their potential. Very hard to let it go. But the smartest people understand that they can't control the past or the future. They can't control other people, but you can control the way you react to things. And that's how you need to do things. You have to look at how you're reacting. And if it's fucking up your life and not doing good for you, then let it go, put an axe in it, and move onward and upward. Keep living a strong life, everybody. Click the links below and support me. Make sure you listen to also my Strong Life podcast on iTunes. And all the links are down below. Thanks for listening, guys. Much respect and peace.